Live from Southern California, it's time for another episode of Cook Live with Chrissy and Dr. Kristi. Turn on the oven, light up the stove, and get ready for another delicious recipe from our plant-based, cancer-kicking kitchen. And without further ado, here are your hosts, Dr. Christy Funk and Chrissy Roth.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 14 of Cook Live with Chrissy and Dr. Kristi. We're streaming live to you via Zoom, YouTube, and Instagram. Sorry, last month. Now it's just Christy today. Last month we shared 5 meals prepared in under 10 minutes. If you missed it or any of our other episodes, you can find them all and all of our recipes at the website pinklotus.com/kitchen. Today, we're bringing back the Fill My Belly Buddha Bowl by popular request, and actually because it's in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, if you didn't know. And together with our partners in the Let's Beat BreastCancer.org campaign, PCRM, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, we changed things up a little bit here with the recipe, and we gave it a new name, the Cancer Kicking Buddha Bowl. And get this. Hospital cafeterias all across the country offered our very same cancer-kicking Buddha Bowl today in the cafeteria. I know, we had so much fun. Check out my Instagram from today. Christy and I were there, and we loved it. They had little handouts and table tents with the reasons why behind each food, which we'll get into, as you know I like to do. But it was just, it was really fun to see the community come together and create this awareness, and especially from my perspective, we want to create a wide awakening throughout the world that what you eat matters in terms of your overall health destiny. And that is the real messaging behind the Let's Beat BreastCancer.org campaign. If you don't know about it, we encourage people to sign up today for free. And basically you're just saying, okay, I'll follow the 4-pronged approach to beating breast cancer. The 4 prongs are in a fork, get it? Because the 4 things that you want to pursue in your quest to maximally reduce your chances of breast cancer are to eat a whole food plant-based diet, maintain ideal body weight, minimize alcohol, and exercise regularly. And when you pursue those 4 things wholeheartedly, all of the research and science shows that a clear 50% of all breast cancer could be eradicated from planet Earth, which, by the way, there are 2.3 million new invasive breast cancers year after year. In 2020, breast finally surpassed lung to become the #1 malignant tumor on planet Earth, with no signs of stopping. It's getting worse. So the numbers are getting higher, and according to a big article in JAMA in August of this year, the ages are getting younger. So we have work to do, hence Let's Beat BreastCancer.org. Sign up today. We'll send you a free e-cookbook and a starter kit on the how-tos and the why-tos, engaging in those 4 pillars. All right, so back to today. You can find the recipe for today on the event webpage or under recipes on the main kitchen part of the website, pinklotus.com/kitchen. Also, if you're cooking along with us, please use the interactive recipe checklist and cook mode to make things a little bit easier to follow along. It will keep your device, whatever you're using, awake and alive on the page instead of going dark and then you've got like wet hands trying to open it again. So use the cook mode.
And that way you won't forget things.
Oh,
every time we make some, we're like, did we put that maple syrup in?
I don't know.
And if we use the checklist, we would know. So it's kind of a very good, helpful thing.
Indeed it is. So with every Cook Live recipe, Chrissy and I make you a promise, and that is that
this dish delivers.
One of the many things we do here at Pink Lotus is to show you live, up close, and in person, just how simple, practical ways every time you lift fork to mouth, food is delicious medicine. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Dr. Christy Funk, board certified breast cancer surgeon and your health warrior at all things pinklotus.com.
I'm Chrissy Roth. I'm a physical therapist, and I've been into nutrition pretty much my whole life, and I started cooking plant-based meals probably about 13 or 14 years ago, and have become a pretty good cook and like to share it with people, so my friends.
Yay, and I'm lucky to be one of them. In just a little bit, in honor of BCAM, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we have a very special thriver with us today, and we can't wait for you to meet her and hear her story. Also today, in partnership with PCRM, we are giving away some awesome swag. The Let's Beat Breast Cancer swag includes the t-shirts that we are wearing, this awesome hat, and a fancy set of chopsticks. Absolutely perfect for diving into your cancer kicking Buddha bowl. So more on that giveaway to come, but you have to be on Zoom to participate. All right, Chrissy, we always start off with a drink, and this time I created it, so I don't think you know what it is.
Yeah, I don't. This is a surprise.
But it is also October 25th right now, so Halloween's coming. I call it Shirley Creepy Shirley Temples. And
of course you do.
This is so fun. All right, so we're gonna make 3 of them because we're gonna bring on our
Want ice?
special guest. No, these are nicely chilled.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look how fast and simple this little recipe is. By the way, when I went to dream up this recipe, see my butt,
oh, nice.
I was shocked and horrified that, I don't know why, but I never really noticed or thought about it until I went to bring this up. You know, as much as I love a good mocktail, I don't have them that often. They generally tend to be filled with some sugar, and you know, it's kind of like a cheat thing. You're not having alcohol, so it's kind of like, so what if this has like 20 grams of pure sugar?
Yeah.
Because I'm not having alcohol.
Our
and
special guest makes really good
mocktails.
Yes.
She's
like a mocktail queen.
Oh, wait,
Heck yeah.
you should have.
I know, we should
have.
Next time.
Anyway, so to my shock and horror, everything that I would have normally put in this way back in the day, like I don't even drink ginger ale,
right.
But ginger ale. So whether it was Schweppes or Canada Dry, high fructose corn syrup and corn syrup, and then your basic maraschino cherry, high fructose corn syrup,
well, and red number 40,
and red 40. And then the third thing was the grenadine. So whether it was roses, high fructose corn syrup. I was like, what? So then began my quest to find a healthier alternative to each of those 3 things. And I was not disappointed. So I've chosen Fever Tree Ginger Beer. Here, you can help me in, because we're gonna make 3. And this just has all natural ingredients. It does give it a little bit more of that, you know,
sugar
beer. Well, it tastes more like ginger beer than ginger ale.
Right.
If you can discern the difference.
Because it has less sugar too.
Yeah. Okay, so all you do is a 5-ounce can in there, and then these maraschino cherries are from Italy, and they're fantastic. You've heard of this? Pricey, but yum. And
Trader Joe's has a great brand. They're Amareno cherries.
We used them one time on a Cook Life.
But they're hard to find. Like when you get them, you have to hoard them.
They're seasonal.
Have you tried them? Special guest? I can't wait for the special guest.
I know, she's on.
So anyway, they're really, really, really good. And you just have to grab them while you can, because they're only there like 1 or 2 months a year.
Right? Like now would be the time.
I believe so, yeah, probably.
Okay, so I'm putting 3 cherries in each, and then I'm just gonna get a little, about, teaspoon or so of the cherry syrup in here, because I'm otherwise not adding any sugar. We're just using pure pomegranate juice. So people mistakenly think that it's cherry juice that makes grenadine, but it is actually pomegranate juice. So here is our creepy twist. So this kind of looks gross, like there's dead things in there. And then, scary, look at how fun. Then we're gonna take 20 mils in a 20 mil syringe.
Because we all have 20 ml syringes sitting around, right? I have them.
You can order them off Amazon, and if you want to get really cheeky with it, if you're having a party, your glasses could be beakers, like mad scientist beakers.
Oh, and you serve it like that?
And you serve it, and then you shoot your own drink.
Love that.
Yeah, so wait for our guests, and I'm going to make these 2.
You can dress as like a crazy nurse or a crazy doctor.
If you wanted to make this
blood in people's drinks
more appropriately holiday after, it could be, you could do, forget the syringe and the beaker, just make it, and then put like a sprig of mint, and it's red and green and perfect for Christmas.
So fun.
Okay, so without further ado, I would like to introduce to you a dear patient and now friend, Dion Williams. Da, 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 da. Cheers, ladies! And look how the bubbles kind of form. It's it's creepy. It's fun. It would look good in a party.
I love it.
Okay, so do your shot. Whoop. You can use your syringe to give it a little stir.
That is so fun.
Yeah, and you can do dry ice, of course.
Oh, wow.
That would make it extra fun. Cheers.
Love you
to
guys.
health, to the breast of health.
Yum.
Oh, it's good.
Right?
Oh.
Look at her surprised.
It's
Okay.
so good.
Oh, says the mocktail queen. I'm not the only one who can make a mocktail. All right. So while we were chit-chatting, I heard our oven hit 400, which is good because we're going to get right
the
on
beep, beep,
with
beep.
the things that take the longest, which
Yes,
are
ma'am.
the quinoa and the sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
So Dion, we're going to get into all the wonderful things that make you you shortly, but I'm going to put you to work,
No,
girl.
come here. Come here.
You're chopping, not chopping broccoli
Chopping broccoli.
yet. You're going to chop sweet potatoes. We want to do cubes,
Like
about
that
centimeter
big.
cubes.
And we don't
Otherwise,
peel.
they're going to take forever to
And we
cook.
don't peel. Why? Because the beta carotene that is in potatoes is most, okay, so I think a little thicker because we're gonna make cubes like that are, yeah, yay big. Okay.
Okay.
We are loving the beta carotene in our sweet potatoes and they are most fully concentrated in the skin. So we like to eat the skin.
That's good for lazy people like me. Very much.
It is most, it's true of most vegetables. Whenever, like, you know, on zucchini or apples, fruits, berries, you want the phytonutrients that are so powerful at fighting inflammation and all the things that lead to cancer are generally most concentrated in the skin, which is also true when we get to peeling our avocados, but no one's gonna eat that skin.
Yeah.
But you wanna make sure you peel it in a way that you're like just taking the skin off and like chunking off, because the last bit of avocado against the skin has the highest level of
That's true of
nutrients.
onions too.
Right.
And you know, we all like to like peel lots of layers off of the onions because
It's like, feels like there's
Yeah.
dirt trapped
Yeah.
and it's like kind of like not as pretty on
right
the outside. Yeah,
but
yeah.
you don't want to do that either. Okay, so while she's doing that,
Quinoa.
Yeah.
No, quinoa. That's gotta
Okay,
get
but I
going.
want to spiralize now.
Okay.
No, I'll do it later.
I'm
Kidding.
just worried about the
I'm just so excited
20
about
minutes for the
spiralizing.
quinoa.
Okay, so
Okay,
quinoa.
so
You
quinoa.
want to talk about your soaking your quinoa?
Yeah, because I just recently, I always knew to rinse it and to look for little pebbles, of which I've never found any. So I just wait for my
no, I
cubes
know.
to break in half.
Although lentils,
You found some stones?
I've bitten into rocks, like straight up rocks, and almost broke my tooth. So you do want to pick the stones out of lentils.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. All right, so you don't want to make your dentist extra money. You're going to look for little pebbles, then
But
you
quinoa-
soak it for 5 minutes. Why? Saponins. Saponins can cause some irritation to your stomach, like if you find saponins. Yeah, it's like a film on the outside of the tiny little quinoa grain, or seed as it actually is. And it's sufficiently cleared away just by soaking for 5 minutes. It basically gives the whole grain a bitter taste, so you just want to get rid of it to get that lighter, nuttier flavor out of it. The other thing I wanted to tell you about quinoa is that it is a complete protein. People who are completely vegan are often told to worry about, like, you're not getting enough protein, one, and number two, you know there are 9 essential amino acids, meaning you have to eat them. Your body can't manufacture them on its own, and you need all of the amino acids in your body for your body to build up proteins, right? Those are the building blocks of protein. Well, turns out there are quite a number of plant-based foods that already are complete proteins, but you don't have to really worry. I never think about it. When you mix foods and eat the rainbow, so to speak, you're naturally getting all of the amino acids and all of the essential ones. For example, both brown and white rice are low in lysine but high in methionine. And what do you often eat that with? Hello, burrito. Beans. And beans are the opposite. They're high in lysine, low in methionine. So when you do a rice and bean combo, boom, you're getting all 9 essentials. But quinoa is one. We're also doing a half a cup edamame in our bowl today. Edamame, tempeh, tofu, the whole soy family. That's a complete protein. Hemp seeds, chia seeds, nutritional yeast. There are plenty of complete proteins, but honestly, you don't have to worry about it. But I just kind of wanted to brag on the quinoa. So
Wait, so
how
chia
many-
has protein?
chia, yeah, you get about 8 grams of protein
Oh, I didn't know that.
per. I think it's a quarter cup of chia.
Yeah, I think it's a quarter.
Okay.
This I
Don't
know
quote me.
you get 8 grams of protein
Might
for
not be that
1
much.
cup
Yeah.
of cooked quinoa, and 5 grams of fiber for 1 cup of cooked. So we're going to do 1 cup of
Yeah, no,
not
I was
cooked.
wondering how much was that soaking? Was that only a
1
cup?
cup.
It did expand.
Okay, so you wanna use a little less
yeah,
broth?
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. Well, I'm gonna just use 1 3/4 cups, which is what I always do, and we'll see what happens. We have it. This is this soaking quinoa. Oh, do you want her to do both?
Yes, please.
Okay. So soaking the quinoa, is a new sport for us, so we're gonna see how it goes. But we'll do.
That's looking like a cup and a half now.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know.
So it did expand
let's just
a
see
bit.
what happens. Yeah, which is cool. It'll take less time to cook.
Awesome. So how do you cook this? Are you going to bring it to a boil and simmer, or go straight to simmer?
I usually bring to a boil, and then turn it down, and then put the cover on.
So boil it first without the cover?
No, with the cover.
Oh, okay.
Yep, with the cover, and then.
I have to do.
Yeah, I know you.
I have a trick.
Yeah, do your trick.
My trick is to just will it to light. Oh my goodness. Usually this one lights and it makes that one light. Okay. Well, and when all else fails,
you light it. Light her up.
you light it without catching on fire.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna pay attention to that. Bring that to a boil. Then we're gonna turn it way down and just simmer.
Okay. So I wanted to say about my sweet potatoes. Do you guys know that Dan Buettner finally came out with his Netflix thing? It's like How to Live to 100, or just look up 100.
I think I saw
on
that.
Netflix. It's so good. It's like, I think, an 8-part series. The Okinawans in Japan, 60% of the calories they eat every single day are from sweet potatoes.
Wow.
And they're
But purple.
They are purple, but
They're
it's
the purple sweet
a
potatoes.
variety of sweet potato, of which there are 6,500. Who knew? That many
6,500
varieties of sweet potato.
I did not know that.
It's in like a museum.
These are considered yams,
They actually
right?
are not.
Aren't they? They're
No.
not. What are they then?
These are sweet potatoes.
They're sweet potatoes.
They're
What is
not
yam? Is the yam
yams.
more? Is
Yams
it,
a little
is it-
darker and more spherical, and really uncommon, it turns out. But
Really?
they call them yams in the store incorrectly. I learned that from Ocean Robbins.
Oh.
You know how he makes those long blogs?
I watched it too. You think I would have remembered, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Yep. So
Oh, look, I started spiraling because I couldn't help myself.
please explain. I'm so excited because the last time we spiraled zucchini, it was a big plah, as my kids would say.
Yeah, it was a plah. Well, because we had this hand spiralizer that didn't really work, but
Yeah.
this one is a lot more fun and gives these like little zoodles,
Yeah.
which are super fun. And it's just, I don't know. I think when you're making veggie dishes, it's fun to play with your veggies and do different cuts and different, it's going to have just a different mouthfeel because it's spiralized.
Yeah,
And
today-
these work great for, you can boil this and make it into pasta, and that's what it works great for. But today we're just going to roast it.
And you can buy it that way,
Yeah.
already spiralized.
You can, or you can.
But of course, time permitting, or what tools you have at home, you could also just, cut them into quarters and
Yeah.
then, make little dimes of zucchini circles.
I got this for
It's fine.
Christmas one year, and
Fell in love.
I fell in love with my zucchini spiralizer, or whatever. It spiralizes anything, by the way. It's not just zucchini. All right, I need a little.
Do you want a bowl?
Yeah, no, maybe just the roasting tray.
Yeah, here it is.
Let me check this while you're doing that. Okay, it is simmering already. So let's go ahead and turn it down. And another thing about quinoa is checking on it frequently, because it'll be almost done and then way too done. So we're just going to keep checking on it. But it takes about 10 minutes of simmering, so we're going to have to
Okay.
look at it right now.
You can spiral
But-
away some more.
Yeah, I'll spiral some more. And do you want to?
And did you talk about that? Because that's
Broth.
what I learned from you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take
About,
this
tell
sweet
me what you
potatoes
learned.
away.
I learned that quinoa can taste really good if you cook it in vegetable broth and not just water.
We're going to shimmy those
So,
potatoes right on here.
So she's right. Cooking quinoa in vegetable broth gives it a lot more flavor than if you cook it in just plain water. The only time I'd say to cook it in water is if you're using it as a breakfast food and you're making like a quinoa porridge, because then you have, you're going to put some sweet in there and some cinnamon and some nuts of some sort, and it's more of a breakfast food, so you wouldn't want it to be savory. But other than that, I pretty much always do it in broth. Kind of always, because you're right, it tastes a whole lot better.
A whole lot better.
A lot of people give up on quinoa because they make it once with water and they overcook it.
And then it's mush.
It's mush and it's just not pleasant, so.
Okay, we were going to give these, we like to do a light
spiraling
spray of
anymore.
olive oil. We're not big on dumping lots of oil on our foods,
Yeah.
but I think it just crisps it up and
It does.
gives it a yumminess that would otherwise feel a little bit plain. So we just do a little spray.
And I'm learning a lot here.
Mental note:
my
do not
Southern parents
do not
would be
buy a
like,
spiralizer.
All right. Are we, okay.
All right.
Okay. We are moving the giveaway to Zoom and YouTube. So you can all follow along via Zoom and YouTube, or you can just stay on Instagram and not win anything at all. All right, I'm gonna put the sweet potatoes in, people. It is
Okay,
5:25. I'm gonna set a 10-minute mark on that guy. And then we're gonna chop broccoli and talk to Dion Williams. Okay.
All right, this is good enough. You want to try the next one because it's so fun?
Okay.
Look, can you get a little?
I won't say what that is.
Back her up, and then go ahead now.
Okay.
There you go. And now just a little pressure,
Oh, nice.
a little workout.
Oh, here we go. Is it-
It's coming. Yeah, yeah.
there we go.
There it goes. See, isn't that satisfying?
Yeah, it's fun.
It is, right?
I am lazy all around though. I buy these from the grocery store.
It's all right. You can do
spiraled,
that
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
No one's going to judge. It's a little more economical this way, but you do have to buy a spiralizer. So if this is the only thing you're going to use it for, just buy the spiralized ones. All right.
I'll move over.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you about
Oh, I have
the
to check on
peels.
this.
So the beta carotene's in there, but there was a 2016 study that looked at extracts from the peels against breast cancer cells, and it was great at annihilating them. So don't go peeling your potatoes, girl. You want to eat them.
I like it.
All right. So
I think we're about good here. Chrissy.
Chrissy,
Yes?
we're fully spiralized.
All right, here.
Okay.
Throw it on here.
So I'm going to,
And this is going to cook, these are going to cook faster. So I
gonna
like
wait.
I like whenever I'm roasting vegetables to divide what vegetables roast, fastest.
You cooking that?
Yeah, I'm going to cook the two.
okay, let's
I'll break it up. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, cute.
move this puppy over here. Well, I'm going to move it away. Okay, so
So you have to consider when you're cooking stuff that, what you don't want is to have all of this on with your sweet potato and have to pull the sweet potato out and pull it all apart.
Right.
So try to keep the things that cook the fastest together, and you figure that out over time, or you could look it up. But the zucchini, you also want to spread it out. You don't want it all piled on top of each other. Like this should just be on this tray by itself. It's going to cook pretty fast. Do we have another tray?
I do. Let me grab it. It's right here. That's what I was just looking for.
Okay.
Um,
Otherwise, I'm afraid of what's going to happen here.
let me get some parchment on it.
Okay, and we'll get some salt. And Kristi, would you grab the salt, please, too?
Sure.
I like, if you're salt-free, that's fine, but I like to throw a little salt on my veggies
So that,
before I roast them. Just a little. I grabbed it.
so we talked about this before, but one of the main 5 ways that people die too soon is to eat too much salt, if you can believe that. Scientifically proven. So we have switched to new salt in this house, which is potassium iodide instead of sodium.
Yep.
Sodium chloride, so it's potassium.
How are the kids feeling about it now? I know that there were some.
But when they don't
There was a-
know,
there was a
it's
little
fine,
mutiny.
and then all of a sudden when they realize, is this the new salt? Yes, it is. It looks like this. So wait, did you want to spray those or no?
I did.
You did, okay.
Yes.
New salt. Yep, so it's potassium instead of sodium. The 5 ways people die too soon that are easily fixable: they don't eat enough fruit, they don't eat enough vegetables, they don't eat enough legumes, they don't eat enough nuts, and we're going to talk about walnuts, and they eat too much salt. So it's 4 not enoughs and 1 too much. And once I read that, I was done. You just don't your palate will adjust. And there's different types of no salt substitutes. So if you don't like this one, try a different
There's
one.
also some seasoning salts that have like different seasonings in with salt. So
Yeah.
it at least cuts down the amount of salt
Yeah.
and has some other savory things in there. That's what I end up doing.
All
But
right, we will
not
shimmy all the
too
broccoli.
salty. All right.
And tomatoes need to go in. So tomatoes, that's another source of
They
beta
could probably go
carotene.
on with the broccoli.
Yeah,
if there's
I
enough
think
room.
so. We can do a half and half in case they
Yeah.
need to be shimmied off. Okay, those are already rinsed.
Okay.
Do we want to cut them in half?
Oh, we can.
Don't they
Sure.
roast better?
Yeah, they can. No, they're fine.
They'll be
They
fine
roast.
like this.
Yeah,
They'll pop in. Okay.
they're kind of fun.
I always cut them. Okay. This is really critical. So the lycopene in tomatoes is a potent anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer. It is 300% more bioavailable when roasted for 15 minutes and consumed with fat. So it's fat soluble. And luckily for us, we're going to be having a little avocado, our edamame. We have enough fat in our meal that this will have that 300% increase in bioavailable absorption. So lycopene.
Why do people call them nightshades then? I'm confused.
They are tomatoes, eggplants.
But I thought that meant inflammation. It doesn't mean inflammation?
No, the person who promotes that is wrong about that. Gundry is a little mistaken when it comes to
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's also a little sus that he has a whole line of supplements then to combat the negative effects of nightshade.
So that you can then eat it.
Right. But no, it's absolutely like scientific paper after paper will show them to be highly anti-inflammatory. So do not worry.
Some people have issues with them. You know, if they eat them, it causes distress, and that's different. That's a different story. But generally, that's not the case. Okay.
Yep, it's a potent. It not only is like anti-proliferative, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory,
wait.
but it has been shown in studies to potentiate cancer pharmacotherapies, so including chemo, even tamoxifen. Like it's something you should be actively consuming when you're in treatment. Speaking of treatment, okay, let's back up to
The treatment.
the beginning of it all. Tell us about yourself. Where you grew up, what your relationship was to breast cancer, if any, like
Right.
family-wise.
I grew up in Milwaukee, which is why I'm wearing this shirt. It says Arrest Breast Cancer. My nephew is a sheriff, and
Talk louder.
Huh?
Talk louder for us.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
My nephew is a sheriff in Milwaukee and joined my breast cancer journey and sent me this shirt. So I'm from Milwaukee. I live here in LA with 3 adult children now. I did not have any breast cancer in my family. I was shocked when I found out I had breast cancer. I thought she was going to be completely like, no, you don't have breast cancer, but you have something going on. And I remember when I walked into your office, the first thing you said to me was, this means you got to start making a big change. You know, this diagnosis means a big change. And so that's what I've been doing. And it hasn't been seamless, you know, like I was fortunate that it was, you know, stage 1 and what we call granny cancer. But I did do a lot of changing. The first year I was really, really diligent with my plant-based diet. Very, very diligent. I've been adding fish on the days, like today, you know, we'll see how the Buddha bowl, I didn't eat any fish today because I had a big weight workout because I want to see how my body is going to react to the Buddha bowl, the proteins from the Buddha bowl.
Right.
Because I struggle with balancing protein. So that's why I'm here. That's why I chose being a doctor.
Right.
For the holistic approach to my health.
Which is what I love. Yeah, when you came in, we said like, hey, this thing too slow, too small, never gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's a laughable attempt to take in your life. However, it was however you want to think of it. God coming, angels coming, the universe screaming. This is a moment that you cannot continue your life after cancer the exact same way you were eating, drinking, thinking, moving, feeling, forgiving or not forgiving. Like there's so many little choices that we make all day long that affect the cell microenvironment that can allow a little monster like that to grow.
And the stress.
So
I
much
had a lot of
stress.
stress. I thought I was managing stress. I've always been a meditator and I always prayed, but I would always feel off.
Mm-hmm.
So
What have you done to mitigate the stress now?
I have added more downtime. I've always exercised, but I've added more thoughtful exercise. You know, like more hiking, more walking, things where I can like really tune into my mind to find out what's going on. It's been life-changing.
In a positive way.
In a
Yeah.
positive way, a great way.
Which I think is also such one of the gifts, right, that cancer brings. Nobody wants to be in this like sacred sisterhood, but you meet friends, you make changes, and the changes that you make actually make all of life a little bit more joyful, a little less
Yeah, like this
stressful.
friend.
I know, that's how you guys met.
Yeah, this friend. We met at your first like breast cancer kicking convention.
Oh, that's right. The summit.
The summit.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
met at the
that's
summit,
where we
the
met.
Cancer
at the
Kicking
summit.
Summit, which is
Cancer
coming
Kicking Summit.
in, well, just check the website for the next one because who knows what decade you're watching this in. But coming up, if it's 2023, it's coming up next year in, of all places, Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh.
Over Mother's Day weekend. That's close to home. The police station. Maybe we need extra protection. In Hot Springs, do you know that that was where all the gangsters, like Capone, Bugsby, they all lived there in Hot Springs? It's a whole.
No, I did not know that.
It's a complete gangster town, or was.
Do we need to go to the
So
other?
I've
that-
been watching it.
You have.
I'm watching it. It's just taking its own sweet time because this quinoa is red quinoa and it takes longer.
Red, yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It takes a little longer. And it's also cooking a little differently, I'm not gonna lie, because of the fact that that you soaked it first.
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
your suggestion of using less broth would have been good to take, but I didn't.
Oh, but you didn't.
We may have to drain it,
That's
which
right,
is
that's
fine.
right.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, so the
these are
Cancer
coming along
Kicking
too.
Summit
Yeah.
is all about implementing way more than diet. I mean, I spend a lot of time on what to eat and what not to eat and why, but we really deep dive into like how thought affects
meditation.
meditation. Learning new things.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
ways to research different approaches to your full, what is it called? Holistic care.
Yeah,
Right,
spirituality.
exactly. We
Yeah.
talk about love and
And your
spirituality,
support,
right?
and dreams.
Dreaming,
And
sleeping,
dreams.
sleep, restorative sleep is a key component to health. When are your cells supposed to rejuvenate and repair? Like if you're busy eating, you're busy exercising, you're busy working, your cells are like keeping up pace with you. They need downtime so your immune system can be like, you know what, you're kind of buzzing around here a little bit too much and spewing out inflammation. I think you need to retire tonight. But it won't do that if you don't sleep well.
Right. Sleep.
Yeah.
But I was also referring to
Oh.
your life dreams.
Oh, dreams, yeah, goal
Goals.
setting,
Goal
yes.
setting
Reasons
and-
for living and pursuing and
Yeah.
waking and
Yeah. And
That's
so
awesome.
since I've done amazing things, I have,
It's a little time.
All right, one thing we like to do is find out where people are from. So, YouTubers, give me a shout out. Tell us where you're from. And we will say hi and Is this Zoom or is this-
Yeah.
All right, can I see it? I can't see it, so we won't shout out, but you guys can see where you're all from. And you are welcome here. We're so glad you're here. All right, we're gonna
We should talk about
break.
this part of the broccoli too. This is
You
just
have the
sitting
best
here.
broccoli slaw. Tell
Yeah.
them about, is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say you can make broccoli slaw, and this part of the broccoli, which a lot of people think you just get rid of, is just as healthy, if not more healthy, than the florets. So you want to make sure that you eat this part. I like to just, you'll eat it with the skin on. I like to just kind of peel it, right? You do.
Yeah, I do.
But I like to take this, it's a little stalky, so I like to take that off. And if you eat this before you eat cooked broccoli, you prime your system to be able to accept all of the goodness that's in broccoli by eating raw broccoli first. So I always try to eat a little raw broccoli.
Or you can sprinkle raw
Or you can
broccoli on
sprinkle
your
it.
cooked broccoli. You
Okay.
just want to introduce the myrosinase enzyme in you. So, all right, YouTubers, you are free to ask questions today, and I would they'll be fed to me, and we can answer them. So if you have any thoughts, comments, questions about anything related to cancer, the Let's Beat Breast Cancer campaign, questions for Dion and Chrissy about being thrivers and on this side of all of the treatments, certainly questions about the Buddha bowl or food in general. We are here to educate. All right, and the other thing, I gotta eat this because she told me to. Thing we need to do is our dressing.
I need the oven mitts.
They're on the microwave.
They are. Thank you.
You want me to help?
No, I'm gonna pull these out. Woo! There go the glasses. I'm blind. Okay.
They look good.
They're good.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So I'm gonna put these
them-
here.
put them on the
I'm gonna
side.
trade. That's done. We can turn that off. When the quinoa, and I'll show you here, when the quinoa gets to this point here, where there's just the teeniest bit of water left,
Perfect.
you see there's just a tiny bit of water in the bottom. You shut the oven off, you keep the top on, and you cook it for another few minutes. You'll check on it in a few minutes, but when the water's almost gone, or the broth I should say is almost gone, just cover it. Like when you tilt and there's nothing pooling, cover it, and trust me, it'll be the best quinoa you've ever had. In a couple minutes we'll fluff it up and give it some air, and you'll see what happens.
All right, should we make some sauce? I'll cut the,
Yeah, let's make the sauce.
Make the sauce.
Sure.
We could also give people some time now to think about what they want to say for the giveaway. Our awesome swag from PCRM. Got shirts and a hat and fancy chopsticks. We have chopsticks that we bought in Japan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that we're eating with today.
Do we want to chop this? I mean, sorry.
And sprinkle?
Chop and toast it? Or why don't we talk about toasting?
I think not because of ages. Does anyone know what I'm saying? Advanced glycolic end products. They are created out of walnuts that would not be there if you don't
Toast them.
toast them. So
Okay.
I think I am now anti-toasting walnuts since
Only walnuts?
ages accelerate all nuts because it is a source of, it's a very appropriately named. So advanced glycolic end products age you rapidly. The most common foods that do that are meats and dairy. So
Right.
yay for us vegans. But roasted, toasted nuts do it. Otherwise, ironically, eating nuts is an anti-age thing.
Right.
Berries, cruciferous vegetables, citrus, they all reverse the aging process that the advanced glycolic products give you. So that's why no.
Okay. That's sad.
I know.
I love toasted nuts.
Okay, we're gonna make. I'm gonna take a second to do the giveaway.
Okay.
Oh, and then I want you to tell everybody about your show.
Okay.
Dion has a one-woman show. It's going to be amazing, but it's giveaway time right now. So here is what. All right, here we go. Now, by the way, if our September winner is listening, your giveaway prize has shipped, so be on the lookout for that. All right, if you're joining us now, all you have to do is guess the correct answer to this question and type it in the chat area. Everyone gets one answer, only one answer, and if you submit multiple ones, we'll just use your first one. So why'd you bother giving more? Also, if there is a tie, which has happened once before, we'll randomly select the winner. All right, now, if you watched our show from the top, we've got this super slick episode intro video. And maybe you notice that there's a quick drone shot flying towards our house where we're filming from right now. You may also have noticed that we live on a hill. Now, here's the big question. How many feet up the hill is our house located? In other words, at what elevation do we film this show? A couple of tips. It's higher than 300 feet and lower than 1,500 feet. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. All right. In the meantime, Dion,
Yeah.
while we make
Time.
some tahini sauce, tell me about your one-woman show, and I can't wait to see it.
November 4th at the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood. You can go to my website, dionlea.com, for tickets. When I completed treatment, I decided that I was not waiting for anything any longer because life is too short. And so I wrote a brand new show. I've been doing shows for a long time. I wrote a brand new show. And it's about my journey through life. And I talk about you.
Oh.
I talk about you.
Chrissy's seen it already.
I tell stories.
I have seen it. It's fantastic.
It's a really fun and it's a beautiful exchange of like life and joy, I think.
It is. I can vouch because I saw it, and it's absolutely fantastic. I laughed, I cried, I danced. I just sat there with this big smile.
Aww.
I couldn't stop smiling the whole entire time.
Yeah, she was right in front.
I loved it so much.
So
Yay.
come.
Are there still tickets available?
There are
Okay.
still some tickets available,
Get 'em.
but not many, so buy them today.
All right, so we got a half a cup of tahini, 2
We do.
tablespoons. I got tamari, so you can have it
Oh,
because
thank
she's
you.
gluten-free.
Yes. May I have that blender top, please?
The top or the whole thing?
Just the top.
Just the top?
Yep. Oh, no, sorry. I missed the top of that. She's been at Weisenheimer.
Crashed in the morning.
Method.
I'm gonna put my top on. Stepping in.
Good stuff.
All right, 2 tablespoons of tamari.
And what is tahini, in case you're wondering? It's sesames. It's ground up sesames. It's delicious. It's ground up
This is painfully small.
sesames, and sometimes they add a little salt.
Okay, after we get this in, we're gonna do you want to do our cook mode and see so we
Yeah,
make our
let's do
sauce
it.
correctly?
Okay, 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons lemon juice, 2 teaspoons maple syrup, a half teaspoon basil, which can be fresh or dried, but we usually use dried, and it comes out great. So
Yeah.
the hospital, I think they used fresh basil in it today, and it was really good. Because I was getting pieces of fresh basil in that sauce.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
They had
I
some
think they
fresh
used fresh.
herbs.
It was
They
very
did
good.
also some parsley, and they had cilantro. They added cilantro.
Yeah. Yep.
That was really, really cool. Providence St. John's, shout out. They
Yeah.
made the bowl, and so did Los Robles Hospital in Thousand Oaks.
Yeah. And people were loving it.
Okay, I got the 2 teaspoons of the
Okay. I need to go
Last
get the
liquids.
quinoa and just let it breathe.
okay, half teaspoon of basil
That soaking was worth it.
and a
very
little bit
happy
of
now.
water. Do you do the water at the top, or you wait till you see if you want to thin it out?
Yeah, just put a little tiny bit of water. Yeah, actually don't. And then, yeah, you'll want to see.
Yeah.
And as we always say, when you're adding especially water to something at the end, to thin it out, just add the tiniest bit at a time, because you'll regret if you add too much, because you can't really take it out. You'll have to start adding everything else, trying to make it what it was supposed to be. But if you don't add enough water to this and get that thin consistency, 1, it won't be pourable, and 2, it'll taste a little bitter. The water kind of cuts the bitterness. So
It's definitely too thick as is.
yeah, it's too thick. Yeah, you'll need to add a couple for sure.
It's looking like peanut butter.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. All right.
All right.
It's getting there. Needs a little more time. Okay, so the quinoa's
More water.
good. Sweet potatoes
Everything's
were
good.
almost done.
just
Let me check
need-
because I haven't checked on the broccoli.
We're going to handful of spinach. So we love the sulforaphane in broccoli. I've talked a lot about it in prior episodes, so I won't
Almost
wax on now, but we are really, really big on our cruciferous today. So we have cabbage, we have spinach, we have broccoli sprouts, and we have broccoli. So we're cruciferous out. I love it. And then we're going to top it all off with a little bit of crushed walnut and then avocado. So I wanted to tell you some fun stuff. Walnuts. There was this study where they gave people, telomeres. Let me back up. Telomeres are directly tied into longevity. And as they shorten, you are getting closer to the end of it all. Yeah, so you actually can lengthen your telomeres through a plant-based diet. All the things we talk about can lengthen telomeres. But in this particular study, they gave people 1 to 2 ounces of walnuts every single day for 2 years. They started off measuring their telomeres. The control group that did not have walnuts every day had their telomeres shortened by the expected amount in a 2-year period. However, all of the walnut eaters, telomeres didn't move. They stayed the same.
Wow.
They didn't lengthen, but they didn't shorten. So, obsessed with walnuts. Of all the nuts, didn't happen with pistachios. Walnuts do seem to have the edge when it comes to longevity and neuroprotection. It doesn't mean that other nuts don't have health benefits, but if you're going to go for broke, walnuts. Yeah. And then avocado, fun stuff about avos. I already talked about wanting to get the phytonutrients close to the skin, right? So when you want to peel it in a way that lets you get all the avo next to the skin. So you'd want to have it.
Sorry.
That's right.
Just trying to get it
And
right
then
here.
Quarter it.
Yeah, we're good now.
Good.
I have to taste it though, of course. See if it needs anything,
I
but
always
so far so good.
chop it and it comes right out. I know. Fun thing.
Dan, I'm going to sneak behind you and grab a.
When I was at Stanford, I worked in the sandwich shop, and they taught us how to cut avocados. What I wanted to tell you was the meat is extremely inflammatory, and it elevates your insulin. Believe it or not, higher than you would increase it eating fruit or sugars. If you have a burger and measure the insulin level, it will, and inflammatory markers, they go up. If you have the exact same burger and add a quarter of an avocado, it still goes up, but not nearly as much. Yep. So there was a interesting study of eating carrots with or without guacamole. I don't like that one. Hold on, I have like 20 in my fridge right now. This one's a little unpresentable for GB. Okay. You never know. I've been so irritated by
Yeah,
avos.
it's a
Very hit and miss.
crapshoot.
It felt
Yeah.
nice, but I have more. My friends can't eat a brown avocado.
That's a smart way to do it.
maybe use a spoon too.
So here's the fun thing. What they found out in the study is that, so you had carrots, people, and then the carrots and guac, right? The carrots and guac, so the addition of avocado increased, remember our word of the day is beta carotene. So beta carotene is in the tomatoes, it's in the sweet potatoes, it's in the carrots. Are we getting the idea here? Orange and red. Those pigments have beta carotene, but in your body, it also becomes vitamin A. So the people who had the same amount of carrots but added guac had 6 times the amount of beta carotene because it potentiates absorption. So you would think that they would also have 6 times the amount of vitamin A. They had 12 times. So avocado is also some sort of magical enhancer of the conversion of beta carotene to vitamin A in like a super physiologic way that makes it, yeah. Avocados, don't fear them. Very healthy omega-3 fats.
Okay.
All right,
So
gorgeous. We are almost ready to assemble as soon as, I think we need,
yeah, we're done. I mean, the
broccoli
oven
good?
is, yeah, we're good. Everything's good. Everything's ready.
okay, let's assemble
It was
and
just
eat
while you were talking, I was letting it roll, but
and
it's done.
declare a winner. All right, let me get some tongs. Why don't we do it buffet style over here? Build your
Sure.
own.
Yeah.
The bowls are too, yeah, you got them, thank you. Watch your arm, and I'm just gonna put this onto
Oh, okay, perfect.
Oh, were you
I
doing
was
that?
gonna. Well, I was going to, but we don't have to. Yeah, that works.
We do that.
Yep.
And let me get some tongs.
Okay. And then we'll come over here, and then we have the sauce, and everything's.
We got some quinoa
Good shape.
going. And your- Yay!
Yeah.
It does.
Guest of honor.
Thank you.
And then we'll go back over there and get the all the goods
Yeah, we'll put
over
the
there.
good toppings on.
We just pile.
Yeah, just pile it on
Pile on. All right.
as you see fit.
Yes, we have to make you say, "Oh, I don't need any fish
Do
today."
what you like.
You do.
I am chopping up the walnut just a wee bit, so it's not such big chunks.
I'm struggling with the spiraling here.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Here, can you break it?
Yeah, here, I'll just, yeah. No, I can't. There.
Okay.
You just have a lot.
Okay, it's good.
Ah.
And then
Making a mess.
All right, people, how are we doing with our guesses? How many feet up are we?
3,500 feet
The
of
ocean's
zucchini.
way down there.
That's hilarious. That's why it makes good spaghetti. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we did it. Okay. Beautiful.
So the recipe, as made, is for 4 bowls. So they're quite hearty bowls, because you can see we have enough here for more than that.
There you go. And a couple walnuts. I'm a huge fan of walnuts. And Kristi knows my love of red cabbage.
Oh my gosh. Indeed. But no, I can't even make fun of you anymore because I'm kind of obsessed. I always have cabbage in the house.
No,
now.
once you go back, once you go there, you cannot
Yeah,
go
it's
back.
pretty spectacular food.
I was seeing that reversed.
All right. Our broccoli sprouts have 100 times the sulforaphane content as broccoli itself. So always
Okay.
a great addition. We've got our little fistful of spinach.
This is so pretty.
This was washed. I'm gonna get my sprouts.
Throwing some on the side.
I'm compartmentalized. I like to have it in colored.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna
All right.
show the orange.
And
And I
the
need
sauce.
my
The
little
sauce
avocado.
is
The sauce is the
clincher.
little coup de grace.
Here we go. If you want more, you can take more. I don't know how much you want. Say one.
Okay, it's 1 drop. Whoa! I did get a new vitamin D3 in liquid form, and it comes as a full dropper, and it's 1 drop is all.
Oh,
you need.
geez.
I know.
Yeah. That's the one that has a little oil in it
Yeah.
for absorption. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Bon appetit. I
Bon
can just
appetit.
hear those
Yum.
little cancer cells saying, "Oh no, not all that beta carotene and lycopene, not all that sulforaphane."
It's so good.
Okay.
I could eat this every night.
Bite.
And the good thing about these bowls is pick the veggies you like. If something you don't like, don't put it in. You have
Right. Or whatever.
white
is
cabbage in the fridge or green cabbage or, whatever. Make it with that.
Funny, red cabbage came to mind.
Yeah.
This is good. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You like the sauce?
I love the sauce.
Good.
That's Chrissy's creation, the sauce. Mmm.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
All right. Before we go, we got to name our winner.
There it is.
Today's winner, Carol Martsolf. Congratulations! The correct answer was 922 feet. So please email us your home address to powerup@pinklotus.com. POWER up. powerup@pinklotus.com. And you will be the proud recipient of LBBC swag and chopsticks. And as a final reminder, letsbeatbreastcancer.org. If you haven't yet, sign up today. You're going to get a free e-cookbook and a free starter kit detailing out how and why to eat a whole food plant-based diet, exercise regularly, limit alcohol, and maintain an ideal body weight. The 4-pronged approach to beating breast cancer. Yay! Enjoy October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And final reminder, our next Cook Live is November 27th. Mm-hmm. It is called Hello Holidays. I'm making a vegan turkey. It is incredible. Like, I'm so impressed with myself. I made 3 different versions, and the kids ate them all. Like, that's the telltale sign.
Yeah.
There were no leftovers.
Yeah.
And
Did you make gravy?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it'll come with gravy. Yeah, I should probably just add that into the
Yes.
recipe. But and then you are making.
I'm making scallop potatoes
and a massaged kale salad.
and a massaged kale salad. Yes. I
So-
mean, kale salad and massaged kale salad. It should just always be massaged
massaged.
kale.
Yeah.
It really should, unless you have very, very, very baby kale, which you don't have to massage. But most of the time, we have to massage it to make it taste good. And yeah, the scallop potatoes will blow your mind. They're so good.
I can't wait. I've never
There's-
had
yeah,
your scallop
oh,
potatoes,
they're
so
so
I'm
good.
gonna. We're looking forward to it. So November 27th, go to pinklotus.com/kitchen, and you can already sign up so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I hope you share some pearl of wisdom that you got from today's show with a friend, because it can all lead to a healthier, happier life. And a huge thank you and hug to Dion Williams for joining us today and sharing her story.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care. All right, where's my bowl?
Wow, this is good.